Hello there, my friends. How's everyone doing out there? Out in nature again. My favorite place to be, especially at these tough times where, there's a lot of change. We've got a lot of negative energy and a lot of, ups and downs. And how do we stay in our place? How do we stay resilient? And that's why I want to talk about resilience. So, just kind of a reminder that you are born a resilient human being. And if you look back on your life at everything you've gone through, you made it this far. You overcame it all. And I know you're feeling challenged right now, and as we go forward, as more dark comes to the surface to be transmuted, to be healed, it's going to take a little more of that resilience. But you know what? You signed up for it. We all signed up for this. We volunteered and we said, we can come here and we can bring the light, we can hold it down, so that when all this stuff around us finally comes to light, the truth always wins. The truth always comes forward. It's been taking a long time for it all to come out. But, if you're looking around, you'll notice it is. Maybe not on the TV, although some of the media, finally, some of the truth is leaking through. And some of the bad guys are, their day's coming. And they played a role, too, in the Great Awakening. And so a lot of things are going to sound scary, ugly, all that kind of stuff very soon as you too awaken to the truth of what's going on. But it's time to also awaken to the truth of who you are. And you are a resilient, amazing human being. And now, even when all this negative stuff is happening around us, it's even more important, and that is your power to be resilient, to be the light, to anchor it in. This is why you're here. This is why you came. I know it's why I came. And, I'm going to meditate more and more. I'm going to anchor in that light, and this is our power. People feel like, love and peace, and that's all like this woo-woo thing out there. No, it's not. It's vibration. It's frequency. Study it scientifically. You'll see. So what do? We're here to hold it down, to be that light, to anchor it in, to be resilient. And you got this. We all got this. And when you are anchoring in the light and you're calling forth your resiliency, which, it's time to come forward. No more sitting around with blinders on and I don't want to hear this or I don't want to see that. No. It's out now. It's coming out. If it isn't out already in your world, it will be very shortly. And it's time for us all to unite. And we unite when we hold the light. You got to find that peace, that resilience within you. And then you hear those little quiet whispers. You will hear the guidance, and you got to follow your heart. We've been so programmed to be up here. This is where you create, focus. It's kind of like being up here. Yeah, there's a focus, but if you filter it through your heart mind, right? Not your head. It's the file cabinet of all the events, all the traumas, all the everything. So when you're looking for answers, isn't it funny how we, somebody asks a question, we look for an answer, and we kind of look up, like we're looking up to our head. But what are you doing at that moment? Check in, because you're actually holding your breath. Or at least you breathe shallow. You're thinking about something or trying to call it forth because you're going into your file cabinet. But you know what? That's not where the answer is. The answer, unless they're talking about a past experience that you had. But your answers and the wisdom within, that's in your heart center. So if you're up in here looking for the answers, You're just basing it on past experiences. And past experiences, usually the ones that talk the loudest or that up in front, you know, they're not always the good ones. Those are those unresolved things, or those things that traumatized, you know. And so if you've never had that blissful time, or if you don't really know what fabulous relationships are all about, or what it is to be resilient, then you're not going to find it up here. You're going to find it in your heart center, in your heart and mind. That's where your true resiliency is. That's where your answers are. So take the time every day. Ground. Find that peace within. That's where your strength is. Anchor in the light, because the vibration of the light, the vibration of the love frequency is much more powerful than any fear-based stuff, than any old trauma. The trauma is, it's time for you to even look at it. You know, when you're trying to go in peace and in meditation, I think that's why a lot of people avoid being still or meditating, because what's the first thing that comes? Oh, this negative thing I don't want to think about, or this thing that somebody said, or something I went through as a kid, or the last relationship, whatever. How about turning it all around? How about giving that thing a voice? You know, and a lot of times it's our ego self, the one that wants to put the kibosh on everything. Yeah, that's not going to work because of blah, 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 whatever. But yeah, last time you did that, blah, 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 blah. You know? So how do we get past that? And it really is about connecting to who the true you, your I am presence, the higher self you, the part of you that's, you know, the soul self. And when you meditate, or when you take that breath to ground, to connect, to even just in one breath clear away whatever, wherever your head just went. And then you breathe slowly, because in that breath is your life force energy. It's your soul self. You're bringing more of you into your physical presence, into the now moment, right? And then if you asked a question, you know, for that inner guidance, you got to trust the first thing that comes while that flow is going. Because until you're more used to that, immediately after that comes that little ego mind, that ego self that says, oh no, that's not gonna work, or that's probably not, yeah, last time you did that, right? So how do you stop that? One of my go-tos is now, you know, just pausing, not getting mad at myself or frustrated and giving up, but, all right, thank you, ego, for sharing. Thank you for sharing. You know, and then I try to listen again. As soon as I say thank you for sharing, and there's a peace, I'm not in a frustration, but thank you for sharing, I'm giving you an opportunity, I notice it stops. That's the cool thing, you know? Just face that thing that wants to talk. And if you need to, write it out. Do some soul healing work with it, maybe, you know? Like list it all out. Purge that way. Write it on a piece of paper and then burn it. Do a fire ceremony. I can't tell you how powerful that is. You can literally, as you release it to the universe, give it up to God, whatever it is for you, you will feel that sense of letting go. You literally released. I do it quite often now, and I can literally afterwards feel, I breathe and I feel lighter. Something shifted, something changed. I literally let go of an energy that was needing to be released because it kept talking. So if something repeats for you, and that's what we're all going through right now, because we're kind of all cleaning the inner closet. If the vibration's raising on the planet, that means all the old icky stuff, and we're seeing on the outside, you know, the old paradigms don't work, war doesn't work, you know, but we're going to have a lot of chaos that's going on the outside, because this is the dark and the shadow within everything coming to the surface to heal. Because dark, shadow, trauma, pain, guilt, all the negative vibrations don't fit in the higher dimensions, the higher reality that we're all moving into. We're all waking up. We're coming into the new earth. We're creating it together. And so we're seeing it on the outside, but it's also happening inside. And it's a good thing. So even when the next ick thing comes forward for you, instead of cursing it or feeling bad or saying, oh no, not again, flip it. Yay, hooray, here we go. It's on. Let's do this. and then do the work. And the work is simple, right? Meditate, peace, spend time in nature. If you have to do a fire ceremony, I mean, I could go on and on. They're peaceful, wonderful ways to become more you and say goodbye to all that old stuff, right? And right now, wow, at this time, June 2021, there's a lot of stuff going down. We have the help of heaven with a lot of powerful energies coming in, a lot of light frequencies that are lifting the planet even higher, which is forcing even more of our stuff to come out, to be released. And it's good, because you're going to feel better and better. But then there's a lot of people on the planet who can't. They can't do it. It's beyond the point, you know, for them at this juncture. So we're going to have to hold it down for them. And you know what? That's why you're here. You signed up for this, so anchor in that light and know that you are more resilient. And that's why you were chosen. Yes, you were chosen to do this. You said, I got this. I'm coming down with all my other brothers and sisters. We're the boots on the ground now. We're the light workers. And we're going to hold it down for those who can. And we are helping by us anchoring in the light through our roots into the earth. We're helping pull up the rest of humanity, because in truth, we're all connected. We are all one. That's why we feel each other so much. We call it empaths, but you know what? We're all empaths. And we can go beyond the empath to the resiliency that we are, where you no longer take on other people's energy. You don't have to. Just be that light, and anything negative bounces off, right? Or sometimes it calls you to work on your own inner stuff that still needs to be heard and then be released. So you got this. You're more resilient than you know. Love you guys. Talk soon.